Before the gunplay of John Wick, there was the real gun fu mastermind, John Woo. Hard Target drops us into New Orleans with Chance Boudreaux getting pulled into a business where the wealthy can hunt their fellow man. The weapons hit the promise without needing a catalog. A single-shot hand cannon, a big service pistol, slick little subguns, a quiet rimfire surprise, and then the heavy stuff once the hunt turns personal. So what's the one thing these choices do that makes the action stick? Emile Fouchon carries a Thompson center Contender, early hunt setup. It's a break-action, single-shot pistol introduced in 1967, and the whole platform is built around interchangeable barrels for different chamberings. In the film, it's in .45-70 Government, a big-bore rifle cartridge known for heavy punch and a huge report, even in longer guns, which gets downright brutal when you fire it out of a handgun. It reads like Intimidation over Practicality, and it sets the tone for how cruelly curated the hunt is. From there, outside, Chance picks up a full-size 9mm, and the giveaway is the open-top slide. Chance Boudreaux runs a Beretta 92 FS, First Street Shootout. The 92 FS is a 9x19mm pistol with Beretta's open slide layout and locking block system, which is why it's known for clean ejection and smooth cycling. Standard magazines are 15 rounds, and the long grip and wide slide make it easy to spot even when the scene is moving fast. In the movie, it becomes the default answer gun. When Chance needs something reliable and familiar, that's the silhouette you keep seeing. That leads into the motorcycle chaos, where the next weapons show up with stocks and that smooth, closed bolt feel. Fouchon's riders carry the Heckler & Koch MP5, the motorcycle gun run. The MP5 is a 9x19mm submachine gun using roller-delayed blowback, and it fires from a closed bolt, which helped build its controllable reputation compared to simpler blowback SMGs. It's a 1960s design that became the go-to pro subgun for decades, and the retracting stock silhouette is the one everybody recognizes. In Hard Target, it's the sound of the hunt catching up fast. Moments later, at a front door peephole, something tiny and quiet shows up, and the promise is suppressed rimfire. Pick Van Cleef uses a suppressed Ruger Mark I to get rid of an asset that turned into a liability. The Ruger is a simple blowback semi-auto introduced in 1949, built around .22 long rifle and famous for being accurate and everywhere. Compared to the 9mm pistols and subguns, a .22 is small, low recoil, and often chosen when discretion matters more than raw power. The suppressed setup makes that contrast land hard after all the loud street guns. From there, the hunt escalates again, and the next pick is a 5.56 carbine dressed like it's ready for night work. Ismail Zenan uses a Colt Model 725, second hunt loadout. It's a 5.56 by 45mm NATO AR pattern carbine, gas-operated, feeding from standard detachable Stanag magazines. The A2 era upper helps date it to that late 80s, early 90s window, and the lightweight carbine format is about fast handling more than brute weight. Even dressed with optics, it's still the familiar 5.56 carbine idea at heart, built around speed and capacity. Once the action compresses into tighter spaces again, the next gun keeps the same pro vibe, but gets chopped down for close work. Van Cleef brings out an H&K MP5K to finish the job that Zenan could not. The K is Coors, introduced in 1976, still 9x19mm and still roller delayed, but cut down hard for compact movement. The shorter barrel and compact receiver make it feel punchier, and it's often paired with a suppressor because the whole package screams specialist. Same family as the earlier subgun, but the proportions change everything. It reads like a corner gun meant for short distances. From there, once everyone gets dragged out into wet country, a rarer Finnish long gun appears, and the surprise is 308 class power on an AK family silhouette. One of Fouchon's henchmen does some room cleaning using a Valmet M78 in the Bayou segment. It's a Finnish AK family offshoot, and the M78 line echoes the RPK-style, heavier, longer concept. The movie's description puts it in 7.62 by 51mm NATO, giving it the 308 power bracket and a very different kind of authority than 5.56. With an optic on top, it reads like range plus muscle in one package, and it's a standout because it doesn't look like the usual action movie rifle. Back at Uncle Duvet's place, the next tool is pure survival, and the standout is a corrosion-proof finish that almost looks silver. Uncle Duvet hands Chance a Mossberg 590 Mariner, gearing up at home. And it's not the only Mossberg that matters here. Van Cleef shows up with a different Mossberg pump earlier, using it to shut down Randall's escape the instant he tries to run. It's a 12-gauge pump with a 3-inch chamber, and the Mariner name is the corrosion-resistant marine coat finish that gives it that almost stainless look. The 590 family is known for duty-minded features, like a top-mounted safety and dual extractors, plus high-capacity tube setups that read Workhorse. Visually, it flips the vibe from sleek to blunt in one move. From there, the late-game handgun comes out, and it's compact, polymer, and all business. Van Cleef carries a Glock 19 in the final shootout with Boudreaux. The Glock 19 is a compact 9x19mm striker-fired pistol with Glock's safe action system, and the standard magazine is 15 rounds. The film shows an early second-gen style look. No accessory rail, with the 90s grip texture people recognize instantly. It contrasts Chance's heavier metal pistol by feeling lighter and more modern, like a tool someone carries every day without thinking about it. That leads into the last close quarters push, where a pump gun shows up with a speed reputation baked into the mechanism. Chance Boudreaux grabs a Winchester Model 1300 in the final push. The 1300 is a 12-gauge pump with a rotary bolt that locks into the barrel extension, and it's known for quick unlocking under recoil forces, the whole reason it got branded as a fast pump. The name traces back to the late 70s update of the 1200-1300 family, which puts it in that late classic American pump lineage. In the film, it's a fast, uncomplicated problem solver that matches the keep moving energy. From there, the payoff isn't a new weapon. It's what all these choices were signaling the whole time. What makes Hard Target's gun lineup stick is that each pick broadcasts identity fast. Dominance, professionalism, rugged survival, or quiet control. Sometimes before the character even speaks. The single-shot hand cannon sets the tone. The big service pistol becomes a hero signature. The subguns scream hunters. And that quiet rimfire moment changes the temperature in one beat. Then the rifles and shotguns show up when the movie turns from chase to payback. That's the answer to the question. The silhouettes and basic mechanics tell you who has control before anyone says a word. And Hard Target keeps proving it, from the first hunt to the last trigger pull.